So in this week's video, we're continuing our review of the most important ITTOs for scope management. So let's get started. Now before we get started, if you're new to the channel, my name is Alvin and I'm here to help you pass your CAPM exam by sharing the strategies and techniques that I used to pass my own CAPM exam above target. So if this is your first time watching my videos, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell icon, and smash that like button so you're notified when my next video comes out. And as a quick refresher, these are the processes that are involved with scope management, and we'll be covering this in more detail, the most important ITTOs you need to master to pass your CAPM exam. Now, just like our previous quiz, we'll be going over the ITTOs in the form of a flashcard quiz. There will be a total of 15 questions. You'll get a couple seconds to answer each question, and afterwards, the correct answer will show up on the screen. So make sure you write down each answer so you can evaluate your performance at the end of this quiz. So without further ado, let's get started. Question 1. For the process of Create WBS, what is the key tool and technique you use to break down your project's work into the lowest level of work packages? The correct answer is decomposition. This divides your project deliverables into much more easier to manage parts and is used to create the work breakdown structure. Make sure you remember that the work package is the lowest level of the WBS. On to question 2. What is the key output that is produced from Create WBS, which includes the approved version of the scope statement, the WBS, and the WS dictionary? The correct answer is Scope Baseline. The Scope Baseline is created during the Create WBS process and consists of the approved scope statement, the WBS, and the WBS dictionary. The Scope Baseline can only be updated through change requests, and any changes must be approved by the Change Control Board. And as an exam tip, this is the primary output of Create WBS, so make sure you remember the Scope Baseline. For more video tutorials on the work breakdown structure, make sure to watch these video tutorials for detail. All links will be listed in the show notes and description down below. Question 3. What project management plan is a key input to Create WBS, which outlines your strategy for defining your project scope and creating the WBS? The correct answer is the Scope Management Plan. The Scope Management Plan outlines our strategy for developing and validating our project scope and requirements. Question 4. What two key project documents are inputs into Create WBS and are used to define the scope and the requirements of your project? The two key inputs into Create WBS are the scope statement, which outlines your entire project and product scope, and number 2, the requirements documentation, which is a list of requirements that you need to fulfill for your project and how they meet the goals of the organization. On to our next question. Question 5. What tool and technique is used during Validate Scope to determine if the project deliverables meet the requirements? The correct answer is inspection. Inspection is the key tool and technique used during Validate Scope and consists of verification and measurement activities to determine if the project's work and deliverables will meet the acceptance criteria. Question 6. What is the key output to the process Validate Scope, which indicates that the project deliverables have been formally approved by the customer or the sponsor? The correct answer is accepted deliverables. The purpose of Validate Scope is to obtain formal acceptance of the project's deliverables from the customer. Therefore, the key output of Validate Scope is accepted deliverables. Question 7. What is the key input of Validate Scope which has been verified and confirmed to be correct from the process of control quality? The correct answer is verified deliverables. These deliverables are already completed and have been verified to be correct and meeting requirements. Make sure you understand that verified deliverables is an output of control quality and becomes an input into Validate Scope. And by the way, if you're getting a lot of value out of this video, And if you'd like to see more videos to help you pass your CAPM and PMP exam on your first try, be sure to hit subscribe along with that bell icon and smash that like button so you're notified when my next video comes out. On to our next question. Question 8. What project document is an input to validate scope and contains all quality assurance issues discovered by the team and are reviewed before the product is finally accepted by the customer? The correct answer is quality reports. Quality reports are project documents used to capture all quality assurance issues found by the team. These issues must be reviewed before the product is formally accepted by the customer. Now on to our next question. Question 9. What are the 2 key inputs used during the validate scope process, which are project documents containing information about the requirements and how they'll be validated? The correct answer is the requirements traceability matrix and the requirements documentation. The requirements traceability matrix is a grid of your requirements which contains the detail of each requirement and how they'll be validated. The requirements documentation is a list of the requirements to fulfill for your project and how they meet your organization's goals. Question 10. What is the key input to validate scope which becomes analyzed to form work performance information? The correct answer is work performance data. Work performance data is an input to validate scope and consists of the raw measurements and data that's collected while the team is performing the work. Examples include the number of nonconformances, reworks, and testing cycles that's being performed on the product. An exam tip I highly recommend is make sure you understand the process flow for work performance data and work performance information. Question 11. What is the key output of control scope, which consists of requests from stakeholders to modify the project scope or the schedule baselines? The correct answer is change requests. These are requests initiated by your project stakeholders to modify the project's baselines or any other element of the project management plan. On to our next question. Question 12. What tool and technique is used in the process control scope to compare the project's performance to the planned schedule baseline? The correct answer is the variance analysis, which is a key tool used to control your project scope. This tool is used to compare your project's planned baseline to the project's actual results. If there is a large degree of variance, the team may have to implement corrective and preventive actions through change requests. Question 13. Which tool and technique is used during control scope to determine if the project's performance is improving or becoming worse over time? The correct answer is trend analysis. This is a data analysis tool used to evaluate your project's performance over time, meaning are we on track, ahead, or behind target? On to question 14. What project management plan is the input to the process control scope, which defines how changes will be managed on project documents and deliverables? The correct answer is change management plan. The change management plan is a component of the project management plan which outlines the process for managing your project changes. On to question 15. Which project management plan is an input to control scope which outlines which items are configurable, require formal change control, and the process for implementing this? The correct answer is the configuration management plan. This controls the specification level of different items and describes the process for controlling items which require formal change control. And as an exam tip, this describes which project artifacts require revision control and approval through the formal change request. So how did you do on today's quiz? I recommend repeating this quiz until you score target or above target so you have full mastery of all the critical ITTOs for scope management. And by the way, let me know in the comment section down below which ITTO or knowledge area would you like me to cover next. Make sure you share this in the comment section down below and I'll do my best to create a video in the future. Thanks again so much for watching today's video. If you'd like to see more weekly quizzes to help you pass your CAPM and PMP exam, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And also, smash that like button and share this video with a friend. And as a friendly reminder, make sure you grab your free copy of a 100-question practice workbook to help you prepare and pass your CAPM and PMP exam on your first try. So head on over to alvinthepm.com/ebook and download your free copy now. Until next time, I'm Alvin the PM, helping you become certified in project management, and I'll see you in next week's video.